Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your data for a dependent samples t-test. So in this situation, you have a smaller group of participants who are going to go through a baseline phase and then a treatment phase. So this is commonly used for A-B research or A-B research designs. If you have an experimental group and a control group that you're comparing, that's in the other video. That's the independent samples. But in this case, we have a dependent sample t-test because we did an A-B research design. Okay, so later, after you set your data up, you're going to save this file, and then you're going to import it into the JASP for your statistical analysis. But in this case, we're just setting it up. So let's look at the screen to see what information you need. In the top row, I labeled one column baseline. That designates the baseline phase scores. And then this column is designated the treatment column, and that's obviously their treatment scores. Okay, so in this leftmost column here, that's basically built into the program. These are the participants' ID numbers, if you want to think of it that way. So this is participant number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we have 2 to 11, we have 10 participants total in our sample. It is important to know the participant's ID number because you want to organize it accordingly, their data. You want to make sure that you get the right person's score for baseline, the right person's score for treatment, and so forth. So participant number 2 got a 2 in their score for baseline and a 6 for their score for the treatment. Participant number 3 got a 2 for the baseline and a 7 for treatment, and so forth, all the way down. So it's really not difficult to do. Note this is an A-B research design where you have one baseline, one treatment. If you do have an A-B research design, you'll have baseline 1 followed by treatment 1, and then baseline 2, then treatment 2. So you'll have 4 columns. But in this case, just for simplicity's sake, I just did an A-B research design, and there's only one column each. So that's really it. That's the gist of how to set up your data for a dependent samples t-test. There is one other thing to note, and that's how to save the file. So make sure that when you save it, you save as. I'm going to save it in my desktop. I call it dependent samples t-test. But make sure that the format is .csv. The JASP stats program only accepts .csv files. If you save it as a traditional Excel workbook like .xlsx or XLS or basically anything else, it's not going to work. It's only going to work, the importing, if it's .csv. So make sure that's designated here in the format. Click Save. You will get a little pop-up that says this workbook contains features that will not blah, 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 blah. That's just a little warning. Just disregard it. Don't worry about it. Just click on continue. And that's it. Your file is saved. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to import the same file into the stats program. And then we'll do the analysis. Bye.